fusion complete. Now we get to use her. What's up, guys? MtgJedi here. Good morning. How you doing today? In case you missed the video from earlier today, you will notice that my fusion is back to normal, which is kind of sad. Honestly, um I'm a little sad that it's over, but I'm also very excited because I got to use Lady Mikage, and she's great. She's so good. I highly recommend you investing in all of these kind of crazy events that Plarium's putting out. If you don't have the resources to go for the rares, that's totally fine. But they're going to be doing other things to promote this fusion, which is surprising but good. It's a lot of points in these events to get the rares. So if you don't have the kind of resources to go for them, then just be patient. You'll get them eventually. You'll definitely get them. And then tomorrow is starting a singles path event, which theoretically you can get a copy of Kira. Now, I also have an extra copy of her, so if you guys want to see her anywhere in any content, let me know. Same thing goes with the other epics or legendaries. Like, you're like really gung-ho about any of those, I'm sure other people are. Well, big shout out to Deception, who whooped our butts. Thank you for being reasonable this CVC. We they slowed down. They were going to completely crush us, and we were like, no, white flag, white flag. So anyway, there there we go on that. The first thing that I wanted to show off is my new personal best brutal Hydra run featuring Lady Mikage, and then we're going to talk about how to use her in other areas of the game. So let me slip myself over here. Michanaki doing the brunt of the work because he's giving out HP burn as well as all of the hex damage, the decreased defense. He's got strong multipliers on his damage boost as well. We also have Krisk in there with a curse set. Lady Mikage coming in with all of the ally attacks. I kept her on just the front side. I did not flip her at all in this run. And we're bringing Brogni back, which is super exciting. Tumija in there, I would actually prefer that to be Supreme Gallic, but she's amazing. She can place the HP burn through the Poison Cloud, and Inquisitor Shamail here built for damage. Krisk and Brogni are the ones really protecting here. Lady Mikage does help keep the debuffs up, which we're going to talk about her kit here in just a moment. And then we're going to jump into other areas that I think we can use her in, how I think you should build her, all of that good stuff. And I will say that this run does have some sketchy parts, especially when the Head of Wrath spawns back in. If he gets spawned back in with the cleansing head and you are not prepared for all of that, you can wipe. Okay. Also, if they steal, like if you get 3%ed and steal one of Krisk's what's it called? One of his ally protection buffs, you need to be very careful with your damage during that time, because otherwise Krisk will die. And last but not least, the pain link can go on someone, and then that can be the end of them as well. And since there's no reviver on this team, oh, you know who would be really good in this team? Sulfurion. All of the champions I want are void legendaries. I don't know if that's true for you too, but these spots are not set in stone. Like, obviously you don't need Brogni here. He's just a damage dealer that brings some protection to the team. Inquisitor Shamail boosting Michanaki is really good. Krisk technically could be anybody else as well. Just somebody who's gonna extend buffs. I mean, you really want a second buff extender. Okay, the reason why this team works so well together is Shamail boosting our Hex champion. Okay, that's one reason. The second reason, though, is because we have the buff extensions from Lady Mikage and Krisk. And what that's going to do is that is going to keep the buffs up longer. We don't have them up the whole time, but we'll reset them. So anyway, this is my personal best brutal Hydra score. I was very pleased with it. I hope that helps you out as well. Let's jump into her kit because I want to talk to you about a few different things. On the front side, I think that it's always best to start with her ally attack, okay? And it is on a 4-turn cooldown, which could be better. I wish it was on a 3-turn cooldown. But then you have this buff extension over here, and it extends the duration of the debuffs that you put on, which is really strong. Well, the ones that you're allowed to, right? We can't extend provoke for some. And then it also extends the duration of all of your buffs. So the debuffs that they have and all of the buffs that you have. All of that is really, really good. Or A1, I don't know. It's there, I guess. Like Michinaki does pair really well with her so that he will always team up instead of just sometimes. Now, if we flip her, this is the side that I wish that I got to use because it's the spider form and she looks freaking cool. Okay? And in this form, this is the control form, which we don't really need. I really wish there was a revive and that would make me so happy. Okay, but the A1 sleep, okay? I think her and Sifi are the only ones with 100% A1 sleep. I think that's it. And then also decreases the turn meter by 15%. This is a really strong controlling ability for Arena. Second of all, AoE stun and then decrease their turn meter by 30%. Another very strong ability. And then over here, increase accuracy, removes all the buffs, places weaken. Very good ability. Very, very good. Okay. So on the passive, it's going to just decrease the turn meter of their attack based champion. Like whatever their attack based nuker is, it's getting decreased, right? So, how did I build her and how do I recommend you build? Okay, in one of my recent videos, I talked about, how I pulled some of my best gear for Kaja? Yeah, Kaja. And basically I stole that gear again. I stole it again. Some of it. So I need to rebuild Kaja. Because I didn't end up using her this week. But that gear was always meant for Lady Mikage. So like these like crazy gloves that I have and the helmet and the shield, like all of that went together here. I'm very close to having the full protection set on her, in which case this will get changed immediately, even though it's awesome, and all of that relentless gear will go away for the protection set. Now, with that being said, relentless is so good on her, it's crazy. So good in all areas. So I highly recommend that you put relentless gear on her if you can make her fast. Like I would say if you can get her to at least 250 speed, then put relentless gear on her. If you can't get her to at least 250 speed, then I would just put all speed gear on her so that you can get her faster. I think some of you are going to want to know what is her chest piece, so let me show that to you here. And then we might as well show this one as well. And this one, the boots are pretty weak. Just has a nice resistance roll and the speed. She is attack based for her damage, so that helps a little. But this is boots I'll be looking to replace with something better at some point. Okay. One note on the protection accessories, they're not good. Okay. It's not like this is a good piece of gear. This is a very bad piece of gear, which I would sell 100% of the time if it was not a clan versus clan accessory. Excuse me, a Hydra Clash accessory. Keep all of them 100%. You don't sell them ever, period. End of story. Okay. Now, I personally like her for that ally attack and the A2 on this side of her. I personally like that better. But this other side, I think, is going to unlock some really improved ally attack arena strategies. Okay. So the most common ones that we get for ally attack is Sinacia. Okay. And Sinacia, I don't even think I have her built, so we'll do that right now. Sinacia and Skull Crown. Nope. Sinacia and Skull Crown are like the obvious pair here to put together, okay? But doesn't really matter. Anyone with a strong multiplier on their A1s can go in here. Or you can put her in the team. Okay, let's talk about teams first. Okay, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Okay, so Sinacia, okay? This chick has very good multipliers on her A1. A lot of people know. She places an extra hit on enemies with less than 50% HP after the. So you want her to be the last champion that attacks. And typically what you have is you have Arbiter or whoever your speed booster is, whoever your aura is, your aura lead, your speed aura lead. Then you have your ally attack champion, and then you have two A1 heavy hitters, usually Skullcrown and Snake. Okay, because of this. However, I'd love to hear from you guys if there are some really dedicated people out there who, when the idea of this ally attack arena team comes up, they're like, yes, that's me. I love that strategy. I still use it all the time. Call it the blender, okay? And if you are a blender person, tell me what champions you're using. Is it Skullcrown and Sinacia, or are there other A1 champions that you're using in place of them? So maybe we can do an updated guide on that strategy, because it's been a while since anyone's talked about it. Now, when you're going to go build these damage dealers, the number one thing that you want to do is you want attack percentage. Okay, that's the number one thing. Really, really want attack percentage boots. And it would be ideal to have your attack percentage boots in something like Savage. Okay, so I will take Trunda's boots and I will put them on. Now, you're obviously going to want crit damage with crit rate on the gloves, and those are going to want to be in Savage or Cruel as well. I'll just show you what the potential is, and I will take my stupid, powerful, Cruel gloves that I just literally cannot ever get anything like them ever again. They're so ridiculous. Um, then we will go ahead and we'll put on some kind of chest piece that is going to have attack percent. And then we're going to fill in on here, preferably all of the stats. Now, I'm going to uncheck crit rate, and this is one of the most important things about this build, okay? We want to prioritize crit damage and attack percentage in this build, because by doing that, we do not need anyone at 100% crit rate, because Lady Mikage is going to come in here and boost all of the damage for us. Okay? She's going to boost it all. We don't have a single helmet. Single one. So ridiculous. Okay, let's bring this one in here. And then on the shield, we just literally want all of the crit damage. I think we're going to have too much crit rate, which is fine. Okay, which is definitely fine. Let's crit damage. All right, so we're at 89. All right, that is perfectly fine. And then what we would want to do up here on both of these is put in our most attack. So priority stats with attack. This one in. Put this. Neither of those are very good. But I feel like you should be able to get to these stats. Maybe we need to be prioritizing no crit damage here and just attack percent. Let's reroute crit damage. It's been a minute since I did a live build, but I felt like it was really important for this type of a oh, I hit crit damage and not attack. So let's go attack total. We have another one that one more. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, this is way better. So we're losing some there. That's fine. We're losing some crit rate. That's fine. The speed literally doesn't matter at all. And ideally, you would want to have crit damage here. And do we have one? Yes, we do. Okay. Ideally, you would want one with attack and crit damage on the Ascension. Farm that Shogun. So, this would be the type of stats we would be looking for. As high of attack as we want, at least 70% crit rate, and then as much crit damage as we can get. Now, if you can't get those stats, that's okay, but that should be your focus. Now, I'm not going to mess up like 27 different builds for this, so I'm not going to hit equip there, but I am going to talk about the teams that it would go with. So let me get that set up, and I'll show you what teams you should. Okay, before I move and take this team apart, I want to mention this. If you want to see a video on this, let me know. I have Andrysia in here and my recently acquired Warlord. This Warlord spot can be any controlling champion, but I would prefer Basher, whatever that barbarian chick, I can't remember her name, Warlord Yumiko, some type of reset champion here, and then Andrysia or Timid, and then your damage dealer. I think is a very good arena team right now. Obviously, that's not the one we're talking about today, but before I pull this apart, in case this doesn't make it into a video, which happens frequently, I wanted to mention it here. So let's see the ally attack one. All right, so here is your typical blender team, okay? And what you're going to do here is just Arbiter will go first, Lady Mikage will go second, and she will ally attack. And then both Skullcrown and Senesha will get their A1s, and if you have them built similar to how I showed with Skullcrown, or how I showed with Senesha, then the team's just going to die, okay? It's like a 5 to 7 second fight. Skullcrown and Senesha will both get 2 hits, and then we'll go from there. The great thing about Mikage, though, is that. Wait, let me just pull her up right. The great thing about Mikage, though, is that after she does this ally attack, if you have her in Relentless and she gets another turn, she can immediately do AoE stun. She can just ally attack them and then stun them, and that's something that will come up fairly often. So let's say like you didn't quite have enough damage to kill them all because they had someone in stone skin or something. You know, maybe they had a very tanky champion like a Duchess, and you shouldn't be running it against that team. But whatever the case might be, in this, if she gets an extra turn, she can flip to the stun. But I also think that because she has this stun, she can do a lot of cool things with other types of arena strategies. So let me show you that next. Now, because she has that AoE stun, you can just set her to do that as her opening move. So she can go in a very traditional arbiter arena strategy. And here is here is that idea. Okay, I am trying to bring back Draco to the game. I don't think people are giving him his due credit, and he's amazing. So I'm going to be pushing him in content and recommending him in so many things. He's been busted good in Hydra. So many people should be using Draco. Okay, let's jump in here and see if I'm faster than the other Arbiter team. That's like the number one thing to figure out. Are you faster? No? I must be missing gear on the Arbiter. Are we dead? Can we still kill them? Can still kill, right? Okay, cool. That was a little scary. Um, I was like pretty confident that I was going to be faster than them. But let's come in here with this one. This is going to be a good example, okay? So, well, I didn't edit it out because it's still in the video. You can see Duchess with stone skin here, okay? So, when we boost, Lady Mikage can transform right away, which is super cool. I love it, okay? And then the stun. Okay, she only stunned Rhodos. Interesting. Maybe I don't have an... Yeah, I probably don't have enough accuracy. There's an increased accuracy ability, right? Maybe I should have done that. And then we'll just double hit. Let's see. I guess we'll try to AoE and didn't get it. Okay, I didn't figure. That's fine. Decrease defense and weaken. I don't know why we didn't get that. Here is the move that we should have done first. We didn't get that either. Okay, no worries. Let's go ahead and we should have probably not targeted the Arbiter there. Let's target everyone. Okay. Rhodos is going to solo my team now. Cool. Now she's already back around to the AoE stun, which is, that's crazy. Duchess revived again. Can't sleep, but we could transform her back. And then, can you increase the duration of stun? Think so. We can ally attack. Give him some extra damage. Okay. And then, I mean, Pythion's gonna revive here. Yeah. Let's do that. Oh, we almost killed the Rhodos. And now we can kill them again. Perfect. That is the perfect example of how powerful she is. There is no other champion in the game who could have done that. Okay? Draco, I don't know. He must not be the right speed. I thought he's really fast. But maybe it's just, I don't know. If I was going to use this team going forward, I would figure out how to make sure that Draco does a little bit more there. He did the decreased defense and weaken, which was pretty clutch, but it didn't do as much because the Duchess was stone skin. Very good team here. Cimmerillion. Oh, Cimmerillion. That's from Lord of the Rings. So anyway, let's wrap up the video there. I want to say that Lady Mikage has just been super impressive. She has been super impressive. I don't think that there's any other champion in the game who is like her. I mean, the closest thing would be Cardiol, but she has even more abilities than Cardiol does, which is impressive on its own, okay? She has way more things that she can do. I'm sure you can use her in Doom Tower waves for damage and control. I think that there are so many possibilities for her. I really hope that you guys get yours soon. Hit the like button if you appreciate this video. I'll see you guys in the next one, but make sure you tell me, where are you using your Lady Mikage, or where do you plan to use her? And have a great day.